It's April 1st, 2017, and I'm excited to start my 30 days writing project for this month, my challenge, which is to work on my book for 30 hours throughout the month. I'm going to be using the hashtag 30 hours writing on my different social media channels to log my progress. I'm not going to spend all 30 of these hours writing. There are other projects I need to work on that are going to help move the book forward that are aside from writing. And today is actually a really good example of that. So, one of the things that I need to work on for the book is to schedule meetings with people that I want to profile in the book, short interview conversations where I can learn a little bit more about how they're using online environments to further their professional goals or their careers as academics. And so I have several people on a list that I need to reach out to, and I've been putting it off for quite some time because I've been traveling and I knew I wouldn't be able to schedule the meetings with them. But this month is the perfect time to get some of that done. So I'm going to be reaching out today via email to several people and giving them some times that we can set up a Skype or a phone conversation where I can learn a little bit more about their projects online. So that's one of the things I'm hoping to do in the next hour. I'm also hoping to start digging through emails that I've been sending myself for months now with little notes and citations, references, websites, things that I think I'm going to want to include somewhere in the book, but I haven't been sure where. So I'm going to kind of get all of that email content in one place so it's a little easier for me to work through it throughout this month as I start layering things into the book manuscript. So I'm excited to get started. I'll offer a little bit of an update once I am done. I'm going to be using my handy phone to be logging this hour so I know that I get in the full 60 minutes of working on the book. And I'll check back in once it's over. So thanks so much for following along with my 30 hours writing this month for my writing challenge, working on my third book on managing your professional academic identity online. I've just completed the first hour of my April 30-hour writing challenge where I'm working for an hour a day on my book. And I was able to get quite a bit done. It was kind of thrilling to jump back into this book project after a few months away working on other things. I did spend about a third of the time reaching out to the people who I would like to include in book profiles throughout the book, sprinkled throughout the book, and was able to reach out to about a dozen people and see if maybe we could schedule some time to talk over the next month or so. So that was wonderful. I also sent along a final contributor agreement to one of the people who's contributing to the final chapter and started to pull together a couple of the contributions I've already received for essays that are going to be included in the final chapter of the book. And then I emailed the people I hadn't heard from to see what their progress was on submitting those essays as well. So right now, the essays I have, it's about 13 pages, and I'm waiting on a few more from people. So I looked over the content just really briefly. That's probably something else that I'll work on later this month is editing those and offering some feedback to the contributors. But so far, I'm really excited about how they're turning out. So that's really wonderful as well. I did go through a few of the emails that have been piling up, and I ended up adding a source to the introduction, to the references page, and then I also added an item to the glossary that I had emailed myself. I knew I wanted to include there, and was able to just kind of work through some emails and get some things deleted, which is good. I knew I could kind of file them away somewhere important, so I will continue to work through those. There's probably still about 20 or so remaining. And the last thing I did was I started to add in an acknowledgments page because I realized in my front matter I had not created a space for that yet. And now is a really good time for me to just start jotting down notes of the kinds of people and things that I want to be thanking and expressing gratitude for over the process of writing this book. So, as some people would think, this is kind of a thing to do at the last minute, or it's a final, thing to as you're kind of completing the book that you would write this. But I like to start it early because I don't want to forget anybody that was really important to the process. So I created a file for that and went ahead and started just adding in a little bit of notes, things people I know I want to mention on there. So good first hour, excited to be back into it and looking forward to what tomorrow will bring when I add in another hour. I think I'm also a little bit hopeful that sometimes my hour sessions will turn into more, but it is the end of the day here, and I've been working on other projects all day, so I'm only going to stick to the hour today, but maybe tomorrow I'll go a little bit longer. We'll see. So thanks for following along with this challenge. End of day one, have been able to get quite a few things accomplished, and really looking forward to what the next 29 hours will bring. Thanks for watching.